Look at the camera and tell each other a little bit about.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, I'm Tiana and this is...
I'm Josh.
And we're gonna talk about Bologna and Ravenna.
What cool cities. Two in one day.
We did both of them, yeah.
We started out in Ravenna.
We started out in Ravenna and we went to some of the churches.
There were so many beautiful mosaics.
It was really cool to see the different mosaics and to try to look for like the little pictures in it. How did the mosaics make you feel?
I felt like, wow, these guys tile.
Yeah, I think I had like such a strong appreciation for the amount of work that was put into that.
Every tile.
And they were like this big, they were so small.
They were so tiny.
Yeah.
Some of them were bigger. They ranged in size and color and shape.
They did. And just to like fit it all together.
And they really, it's like a puzzle. I like, do you like puzzles?
I like puzzles,
so it's like
yeah.
a puzzle, but the puzzles, it's art. Piadinis, what's that, Tiana?
So it's kind of like a quesadilla, I would say, but it's Italian and it's better.
I wouldn't say.
Can we do this whole part over? That was really bad. So for lunch, we had piadine, which is an Italian like specialty thing. Kind of like a sandwich, kind of like a quesadilla, but better. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was good.
And what cheese was in it, Josh?
Squacquerone.
It was a special cheese
It's creamy.
Ravenna.
It's
it was
oozy.
really
It's
good.
woozy. It really just gets in there where it needs to, you know? It knows exactly what it needs to accomplish. Great
they had
cheese.
like dessert ones too, so you could get Nutella inside, fruit, but also vegetables.
Yeah.
Meat. I don't
grilled
know, whatever
veggies,
you
grilled
want.
meat, no grilled fruit.
Well, so we saw Dante's tomb, and some would say
the father of Italian.
Father of Italian.
Okay.
And that's because like Italy has like previously it was in a bunch of regions, different regions, and each region spoke its own
dialect.
Yeah. And so Dante was from Florence, and so he spoke like the Florentine dialect. And then he was so influential and wrote all these different works and kind of created a standard language of Italian is what we now learn, what we're learning here in Florence.
At Villa Aurora.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite things in Ravenna were the food.
Don't you think it was such an Italian-esque city? Wouldn't you say that? Like more so than...
No.
Quintessential Italian.
Okay,
I wouldn't say
I would say it was quintessentially Italian.
Quintessentially.
Yeah.
I mean...
The small streets, the bikes everywhere, the small little
I love the
restaurants.
small streets, the bikes everywhere, the restaurants. Some would call it the quintessential Italian city.
Now talking about Bologna.
Bologna.
Some would say it's the college town of Italy, no?
I would agree with that assessment because we saw so many young people.
So many young people. We even played a game while we were there.
Like, who can identify the most attractive young person?
And not that, the best, who could find the best outfit, because there was so much expression of clothes and...
Because they're in college.
Because they're in college and it was...
We're also in college, but we don't dress, I'll say, on their level.
Not quite.
Maybe you.
Not quite.
This girl sure does.
It was really cool. I think, okay, so I love reading and I love books. And so our first stop was
a bookstore.
It was
a library. Interestingly, this is the oldest university. Very first.
It is, yeah.
Second oldest in the world.
So people took a lot of pride in going to that school because it was the first.
And still do, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I would take pride if I went there.
So they had like walls of all the family crests of people who had painted it there. Some of it was fading, but you could still see.
Yeah. Second oldest university in the world and second best university in the world, right next to Villa Aurora.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah,
that
so
square, the plaza, the fountain.
there's a big fountain.
There was a church, and they said the church was so good, the Pope got a little jealous, didn't he, Tiana?
He did.
He did.
He did.
He was like, this is a little better than the...
Because someone had said that it would be the biggest and best
the best,
church.
the brightest.
Better than the Vatican, is
Can't
what
let
was
that
said.
happen.
Yeah, no.
You couldn't let, so they...
So they stopped production, construction. So now it has kind of like a plain face. Like it looks unfinished, I would say.
Because it is unfinished.
It is.
I think is...
Okay, do you remember walking from the train station
Do I ever?
to the piazza?
Do I ever?
There were these big arches that we walked under.
Arch.
You like architecture?
There's an Italian word that's very hard.
Oh, yeah.
Archistar. Archistar. That means famous architect. And you can imagine, più archistar lavora in la città di Bologna. I think that was all right.
I'm sorry. No, that was good.
No,
I'm
that
so
was-
sorry. Josh,
What?
we almost forgot about the towers. It felt like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but more. It literally
was leaning
It was leaning.
out.
It
Whatever
was
architect
leaning.
did that was not a starchitect.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
it was
much.
it was leaning, but there were two towers, and one was really tall, and then one was like shorter and leaning, and that's because there was an earthquake that happened, and it shook everything, and so the tower it's still standing,
Yeah, it's still
but
standing though, but
it's waving.
I wouldn't want to work in there.
You can't get
Oh, you
in
can't
the
get
tower.
into the tower.
They have like windows, but like really high up, and so they would lean ladders and climb up to get there.
Oh wow.
Very strange, but yeah, so it's inaccessible.
One what is accessible? Applications on ACA.com for Villa Aurora.
They're open. Sign up today.
Well, that's all for Ravenna e Bologna. And Tiana and Josh.
Ciao. Okay.